with Chief Meteorologist Alana Brophy.
All right, we're checking back in with Alana Brophy this evening for your full forewarned weather forecast. Alana, some warm temperatures on the way.
You know it, Sarah. We're going to watch that heat build, and it's going to keep us on our toes. I have to tell you, met the loveliest viewer, Lisa, and her husband, and she always watch the 10 p.m. Hello, Robert. Thank you for watching. Let's get right into that picture. Chris Williams catching the snow. Take a mental picture of this and keep it in your mind, especially for the coming days, because it will remind you we did see cooler temperatures before the heat really strikes up, and we do have snow at the higher elevations. As we deal with this rapid warm up, we are going to see runoff increasing. Look at Cottonwood Canyon Creek running high, fast, and cold. Many of our rivers will be doing that. You should exercise extreme caution around our waterways. I know a lot of us are anxious to get out and enjoy the season, but just know that runoff is still underway. Satellite radar shows quiet conditions with the satellite radar and northwesterly flow present. Very dry. Not a lot going on. The cold front came through yesterday, and now high pressure is taken over. That high pressure is going to flex its muscles, and it's going to bring impacts throughout the state and the west. Live view tonight of St. George. All eyes on Washington County because they are the area looking at an excessive heat warning going into effect. Let's talk about some of our average first dates, because when it comes to our first 90 and 95 degree day, we were ahead of schedule for our first 90 in St. George, right on the money for 95. Now, typically, today is the day we usually see our first 100. We were close, but we didn't get there. Tomorrow is a definite, so we'll be very close to where we typically are. When it comes to Salt Lake and the Wasatch Front, well, we're going to be ahead of schedule, because as you look at our first 90 and 95 degree day, the potential for that is Thursday. Forewarning you now, that's when the heat's going to peak. Great sunset shots showing those clear skies. Thanks, Meg. Those clear skies are an impact of that high pressure ridge that moves in and really takes over. This ridge is going to perform today 79, close to seasonal. 80s are high. 70s along the Wasatch Front, 88 in Moab, 98 in St. George. So we were knocking on the door of that 100 degree day. Didn't quite get there. Tomorrow's a different story. Mild overnights right now with clear skies. 67 as we wrap up ABC4 News at 10. Low 60s and upper 50s along the Wasatch Front for those overnight lows. And then we're 70 degrees by 9 a.m., which means we're on track to be warmer than where we were today, and we'll be above average. So that high pressure ridge, this is really going to dominate the weather story. You've already heard about it, but do you know why? Because when this high pressure moves in, we get sinking air. That subsidence leads to clear skies and an increase in those temperatures. This ridge in particular, early in the season, going to lead to temperatures with this dark red, 15 to 20 degrees above average. In the orange that you're seeing for half of southern Utah or half of the Beehive State, we're going to be above average there as well. This heat's going to sneak up on folks, and as a result, many warnings have been issued throughout the West. Look, it's not just the Beehive State. It's Nevada. It's California. It's Arizona. And as we get a little closer, the latest heat advisory issued this evening for the swell, our national parks areas in south central Utah, also goes into effect at 11 a.m. The big warnings here, that excessive heat warning for lower Washington County and Glen Canyon, really dangerous conditions on the way. You're going to want to make sure you find ways to keep cool, but you plan ahead. We forewarn you so you can stay safe. Futurecast keeps us really quiet. You just see a few clouds moving through because this ridge of high pressure acts as a storm block. We're not going to get wet weather with this. No, actually, the ridge is going to keep moving. As we look at this area of high pressure, by Thursday, it's over the Beehive State. That's when we see our peak heat. It continues to track east and settles right near the Four Corners. We're no strangers to a Four Corners high. This is monsoon season, right? Here we are into June. We get that clockwise flow. Usually, that could bring some moisture into the Beehive State, but this go around, we're taking that warm air that's very dry from the south of us, and we're pulling it into Utah, which is why those temperatures are really going to climb. We stay with the ridge as we make it through the weekend, and we really don't see much change until the latter half of the weekend and into next week. We're talking record potential. And as we break down those records for St. George, Thursday is the day where we could go 109 and beat that old record of 107. Tomorrow, temperatures jump way above average, getting to 88 in Salt Lake, 90s, 104 in St. George, 90s on the eastern side of the state. Now, with all of this heat, if there's any bit of moisture, we could see some rising air, so you can't rule out the chance of a thunderstorm, but the big weather headline is definitely going to be the heat. Check it out. We get that prolonged period here where we get a stretch of triple digits, happens overnight, and then we slightly cool into Monday and bounce right back to it Tuesday. Off to the races for the Wasatch Front. You're going to notice we could tie the record on Thursday. We'll see some of the models backing off of the heat, but I think with our southerly flow that we will see temperatures exceed where the guidance is going. We cool Monday into Tuesday, slight chance Sunday into Monday as that moisture wants to move in from the west. We'll see what the ridge does, but Ricky, the ridge isn't always friendly. So we're going to see what happens, because as you look at that 7-day down south,
getting toasty just looking.
Yes.
Well, this is the time of year where you kind of want to go hit the ice a little bit,
Yeah,
right?
why not? Why not go shopping for a season ticket?
There you go.
Yeah, my birthday's right around the corner, guys.